Hello there everybody and good afternoon. It's Jessie from Jessie Marie Does Stuff here on FlossTube, and I'm here with another video. I know, it's only been like a week since I last talked to y'all, and here I am again. And that's because there have been some major changes. So before I get into any of that, I just want to do my FlossTuber shout out. And this video, I'm going to shout out one of the earliest FlossTubers, and her name is Dee Stitcher. She is a proud Canadian, and she's got a phenomenal FlossTube channel. I really like her videos, and all of her projects are stunning. I know that she's enabled, I don't know, 75% of our community with the Up on the Rooftop. She's done some really beautiful things. Right now she's working on the learning sampler from Northern Expressions, which is one of my favorite of Nicole's designs. It's just stunning. I was going to do that one, and then I chose to do the other one that I'm doing now. But the learning sampler I have in my stash, and I will be doing that at some point. So anyway, I just wanted to shout out Dee. Yesterday was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. She posted a video basically telling everybody to stop bullying, and I am on her side 125%. Adults don't need bullying. It's so petty and silly, and I mean, that's the whole reason that I started this whole FlossTuber shoutout thing, is because there seems to be some bullying going on, and I just can't stand it. I can't stand for it. So, as Dee said, if you don't have something nice to say, then don't say anything at all. That's all right. I can live without your comment. If it's not going to be positive. So. Anyway, thank you, Dee, for being a wonderful FlossTuber and for sharing your life and your projects with us. It's pretty wonderful. So, speaking of wonderful, I did something crazy this weekend, guys. A lot of you will know because I posted it on the various Facebook groups as well as on Instagram. But on Saturday, July the 25th, at about 3 o'clock in the afternoon Eastern Standard Time, I finished my Minnie Pearl. Ooh, she's done! And yeah, she really is that short. There's only about 1.5 inches worth of fabric there on the bottom underneath her. Because, you know, we've been through it a million times, but basically I cut it way too short, thinking, oh, the piece is only such and such high, I don't need extra fabric. Why would I need extra? Yeah, new stitchers, I tell ya. So anyway, so there is my Minnie Pearl. I went back and I looked at when I started her, and I started her officially at approximately 3 in the morning on the 2nd of April, 2013. She was my second project ever to have ever started. My first Heaven and Earth design, my first Heaven and Earth finish. So she took me 2 years, but she really probably could have taken maybe 6 months. Maybe 8 months if I had devoted all of my time and effort to her. Because I did the last 7 pages in 2015. Between, let's see, I finished page 6 in February, and then I put it down again until I think April, maybe even May, and then just worked like a gangbuster to finish her out. But, you know, I mean, sometimes they take a little time. Obviously, Heaven and Earth designs take a little time. This one I stitched 1/1 full cross on 25 count Lugana. And let's see, this was a learning piece. Let's see, this top corner here is so thick and matted, especially in the back, because I didn't have a clue what I was doing. I just started stitching without really understanding how the whole process worked. I was gridding, but with DMC floss. Let's see. What else? And then I learned how to park from a blog that I follow, and that's how I learned the whole parking technique. And then I got better at it. And then I noticed that I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. You can feel the different columns. Like there's definitely like bumps where the different columns are. And the reason for that is that I was pulling awfully tight when I was stitching, and so I changed my method of stitching. So I do what I call parking cross country. And one of these days I will do a video showing you how I do that. But that will be when I get back to Heaven and Earth design, and I don't intend on stitching on Heaven and Earth until the new year. We'll see if that changes, but currently I just need a break from this kind of stitching. I have missed 2/2 like you would not believe. So anyway, so that's Minnie Pearl, and I'm so happy with her. Oh my goodness. I just can't even get over how wonderful she looks all done. She just looks so cool. I can't wait to take her to the framer and get her all finished up and hanging on my wall. This is so not my style for decorations and artwork, but I don't even care. It's going on my wall. Oh, there's one thing that I noticed while I was scanning over and checking her out. Here's how you know how much of a newbie I was when I started her. I'm going to fold things up a little bit and zoom in on her face. Okay. In her hair there, at the very crown of her head, there is some krennic, and it's number 4 fine braid. It's the krennic that Heaven and Earth Design uses. If they're using krennic, it's number 032. And I had not a clue how to use this stuff. I knew that I wasn't supposed to use 2 strands, but I didn't really understand at the time that krennic is not stranded. It's just you use it straight off the spool like it comes. So some of these stitches in here are where I actually tore the number 4 fine braid apart and tried to use it like it was stranded. You know, what are you going to do with me? But, you know, it's fine. It's not a big deal. You still get the sparkle in her hair. So, mission accomplished. On the more adult side of things, you know how there's those rumors about how in Disney movies, like if you pause it at the right spot, you can see something that you wouldn't otherwise see? I think that Heaven and Earth Design uses that too. If you look just below and next to her wing, you will see what I have seen for the last 6 months with that Disney hidden image theme in mind. And unfortunately, I will never unsee that. If you can't see it, I'm not going to point it out. If you can see it, then giggle along with me. I debated pulling those stitches out and doing something differently, but I kind of think it adds to the character. It's just kind of interesting. You know, it's almost like a bonus. So, anyway, that's my less than appropriate Minnie Pearl. She's adorable. I also noticed something, that she must be wearing like 8-inch heels underneath that dress, because there's no way that her torso is that short and her legs are that long. That does not occur in nature. Okay, wings don't occur in nature, but that's besides the point. Anyway, she's like 10 feet tall and only 2 foot in the torso. But I don't care, she's gorgeous. Love it. And for fun, show you guys the back, because I know you want to see it. Ooh, look at that. Oh, it's crazy. It's actually not that bad. Up here in this corner it is. And this was the first couple pages. You can even see the blue in there. There's no blue in this entire pattern, but there's blue in there because I use that for gridding. But as it turns out, the needle stabs through DMC, go figure. So yeah, that's my girl. She's all done. I will never show her again until I get her framed, but she's not a whip anymore. That's so weird to me. Like, you know, I'm working on these whips that I'm doing for this event coming up. And she's not in my pile of whips. Like, I just, mind totally blown by that whole concept. I just don't even understand. So anyway, she's done. And I'm really excited, and I just want to thank you all for your support. She was one of the first projects I ever showed on my YouTube channel, and she's gotten a lot of love over the years, and I owe that to you guys. So just, you know, thank you so much. It means a lot. Not in this video, but maybe in a later one, I'm going to upload the like 15-second clip. Danny recorded me stitching the last stitches, but I have to do some editing with it because the quality is so terrible that I'm going to have to play with it and see if I can't amp that up a bit. So that's that. Sorry guys, my nose itches a little bit. Okay, so then our next order of business is this event that I alluded to just a moment ago. As you know, in the Cross Stitch and Discuss group, there was an event called, or there is rather, an event called The One, where basically you picked one project and you worked on just this one project from July 12th on through the end of July. My one project was Minnie Pearl, and since I finished her, I'm kind of done, I guess. Seems kind of weird. I didn't expect to finish her by the end of July, but I did with a week to spare. And the whole time that I'm doing this one challenge, I wanted to stitch on anything else. I was so ready to do anything that I almost picked up a kit with Ada. And I'm not an Ada stitcher anymore. And so, when this other event popped up, I jumped on it. Now, keep in mind, for the last several weeks, I've been stitching on just one project. For the next 2 weeks-ish, there's a little bit extra tossed in the end, I will be stitching on a different project every single day. Apparently, I do things only in the extreme. There's no middle ground. It's either one or all of them. So, this event is called, I believe it's called Summer's Last Hurrah. And it's basically created by Charity in the Cross Stitch It's Fun Facebook group. It's basically like summer's ending, kids are going back to school, Charity's going back to school, like summer's last hurrah. We're just about the end of the summer. And so she set it up for new starts every single day. I'm not doing new starts for every single day. She did eventually change it, I think, to including whips if you want, whips only, whips and new starts, whatever you want to do. And I was like, sweet. I am so there because I've been stitching on just one project for so long. I'm ready to like keep things interesting and do some different things. So let's see. It was Saturday, I pulled out all of my whips and I laid them all out in front of me and I said, all right, I'm going to work on all of them. And then I said, no, I'm not working on Heaven and Earth designs. So I took all of my Heaven and Earth designs and I pulled them out of the pile. So I will be working on everything that is not a Heaven and Earth design. I have fewer whips than I thought. By taking out my Heaven and Earth designs, I have 13 projects. Still quite a lot. And none of them were really that close to being done. So this challenge goes for, I think it's 21 days. Let me count here. Yes, 21 days. So I had to fill in those extra spaces with new starts. And so I have 21 projects that I will be working on from today, July the 27th, which is the official start date of summer's last hurrah, to August 16th, and that's a Sunday. And so basically what I did is I compiled a list of all of my projects that I'm going to be working on for this span. And then, because I am indecisive, like you would not believe, I sorted them alphabetically by the name of the project. And then I rearranged a couple of things to fit other things. So, for instance, along with this event in Cross Stitch It's Fun, there's 2 stitch-alongs happening between now and mid-August. On August 2nd, we have the Flower Power stitch-along, which is basically you stitch something that's floral. And then on August 14th, we have the Flossie's Snack Shack stitch-along. So I've aligned my whips to go along with those stitch-alongs. So I don't have to make new starts for those stitch-alongs. I can just, go with what I've got. Then, on the Stitch Mania Facebook group, in August, their, theme stitch-along is August ABCs, and so you work on something that's got lettering in it, something that's got words, or maybe it's a sampler that has the whole alphabet, or something with words. And so I decided to go the Katie the Stash Queen route, and I picked 4 projects that have wording in them, and I am going to stitch on each of those for a week in the month of August. And so it's really 7 to 8 days because August is 31 days. So I just kind of stretched it out a bit to fill the month. So like the Stash Queen did with her Wine and Whips, she works on her Wine and Whip project for an hour and then moves on to her daily rotation. So I'm going to do something, if not exactly the same, then very close to the same. So I'm going to work on my August ABCs whip for an hour-ish, and then I can move on to whatever my summer's last hurrah project is for the day. Make sense? Okay. So my goal for today is to show you. Now I'm also kind of copying the Stash Queen. I figure she's the queen, so followers, we do what she does, right? Right? Okay. So I'm also going to do this weekly video with you guys. And so on Mondays, I'm going to do my week in review. Just might as well, if I'm going to copy, I might as well just take the words too, right? Where I show you the projects that I had worked on the last week, and then the projects that I'm going to work on for the next week. And so this will continue until the end of summer's last hurrah. So without further ado, I'm going to show you the projects in order that I intend to work on them, and I have everything all mapped out because I'm OCD like that. I'm OCD and indecisive. Is that not a messy combination or what? Okay, so today, July the 27th, Monday, I am working on my Mirabilia Persephone. And I've worked on her since Saturday, but, very little. I haven't done a whole lot of project progress because I've been dealing with some headaches, and my back was a little sore from marathoning Minnie Pearl. So, anyway, I'll be working on Mirabilia Persephone, and this, to remind you, is on 32 count Tempest. This is Hand Dyed Fabrics by Stephanie, and it's a beautiful purple, and there's little bits of yellow and brown in there as well. Gorgeous, gorgeous color. And you can see my spider needle miter there, which is gothic and very thematic to go with Persephone. So anyway, that's that. Let me see if I can, nope. Yeah, there we go. This is what I've been working on And so I'll probably carry it across here because I need a break from all of that white from over there. So that's that. And then tomorrow, Tuesday, July the 28th, I'll be working on my Under the Moonlight stitch along from Passion Ricomo. Oh, she's upside down. Turning, turning, turning. There we go. So I'll be working on her tomorrow. And again, this one is also on Hand Dyed Fabrics by Stephanie. This is Lady of the Mist. And so I'll be working on that final part there that includes her face. And I'll be back to stitching. Oh, sorry guys. I'll be back to stitching 1/1 because of her skin. Just wind her up a bit. I love my 30-inch bars. It makes me so happy. Okay, now set that down gently. Okay. On Wednesday, July the 29th, I will be working on Be Thankful. And this was a kit from Imaginating. The design or the artist designer is Diane Arthurs. And this is where I am, just in the center. This is on 14 count Fiddler's Ada. And as a non-Ada stitcher, this is difficult for me, hence the very slow progress. But nonetheless. Okay. Then on Thursday, the 30th of July, I will be working on my other Passion Ricomo. This is the 20-year celebration that is long over, and I am well behind, but you know, whatever, it's my own. And this is where I am with her, or them rather, because there's like 14 of them. So I'm working on this black here, and we'll see how much I get done in a day. It does help to have my 30-inch bars because this will fit on that as well. The fabric here is, I believe it's 32 count, and it's Ariel by Picture This Plus, which, by the way, I hope you guys got a bunch of stuff in the Picture This Plus sale. I had 40-ish fabrics in my cart for the sale, and I deleted them all out. Anyway, I digress. So there's that. And then, now this one is tentative, and that's because I decided to order some fabric from 123 Stitch, and so that should be, it should arrive in time, but I don't know for sure. But this is a new start day. And I will be starting, ow, spoiler. These are my elephants from the Jane Netley Mayhew's Cross Stitch Safari book, which I know Letitia just showed in her video the other day. So there's that one. So I'll be starting that on Friday. And I ordered some fabric that was actually on clearance on 123 Stitch, so I thought that was kind of a steal. Okay, Saturday, August 1st is Charity's birthday. And I decided to let her choose my new start for that day. I had originally picked an old whip for that day, and I just rearranged my whole schedule to go along with what she chose. And so I basically listed out all of the new starts that I am making for this summer's Last Hurrah challenge, and I let her pick the one that I'm going to work on for her birthday. And she chose this one up here. And it says, my aim is to keep this bathroom clean. Your aim will help. And I'm sure that all of the wives and significant others and mothers of young men understand. So anyway, so that one I will be starting, and I'm either going to start that on a white, or I may pull something else from my stash. So stay tuned for that. I guess you'll find out on Monday. And then Sunday, August 2nd. Yes, Sunday, August 2nd is the Cross Stitch It's Fun Flower Power Stitch Along. And so I will be working on my Ellen Morstro Flower of the Month series, which I have just an itty bitty teeny tiny start from that one crazy day where I stitched on like 5 different projects in a day. So I'll be working on that, and this is just a 32 count piece of cream. I think it's cream. It's either cream or oyster Belfast linen from Zweigart. Zweigart or Witchell? I never know. So anyway, so that's that. So that is the Flower Power Stitch Along. So then, August 1st is the very beginning of the Stitch Mania August ABC's month-long Stitch Along. And ironically enough, that is also the day that I'm starting that project. My aim is to keep the bathroom clean. Your aim will help. Hence, I mean, you know, there's wording in there, so it counts, right? I can't promise that I'll be working on the wording at that point of the day, but you know, you never know. You never know. So that will be my August ABC's whip for the first 8 days. I think I gave it 8 days, yeah. I gave it 8 days of my sort of, yeah, I guess I'll call it a rotation with that. Now you're all wondering, I'm sure, waiting for me to explain this. I told you that Summer's Last Hurrah ends on August 16th. And then there's another like 15 days of August. And so what am I stitching for those 15 days other than my August ABC's books? Or books. ABC books, I guess that's, I don't know where my brain went with that. August ABC projects. And the answer to that question is I don't know. I have not decided yet. I guess I'm just going to kind of, I think I may honestly take August and just stitch whatever the heck I want. There might be more new starts those last 15 days, or I may marathon another project. The answer to that is I don't know. Because I don't know. So that's all that I've got for you today. I don't have a haul. I will later this week. But I don't today. And so I will see you all in the next one. Okay, I guess we're not done yet. The giveaway is still forthcoming. We haven't reached my 2-year anniversary yet, so keep a lookout for that either on Sunday or Monday, depending on recording schedule and work schedule and when I actually get to work, because my headaches are starting to impact my work life. Not cool. Not cool at all. So anyway, see you cool kids later. Happy stitching.